Alrighty guys, let's take a look at in this video. Kospi struggling at an important zone. What does it mean, right? We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at SK Hynix. We'll take a look at also Samsung in this video, excuse me. And then we'll take a look at a bit on how did Micron did today? How did Sandisk do today? How did SK Hynix? Well, pretty much. We'll take a look at on the Korean side. Intel had its earnings. We'll take a look a little bit around how the price action is doing after that. So with that, I want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. And also don't forget to check out, if you are interested in getting my free DRAM portfolio moves, you will find the link in the description of this video. Don't miss out. It's a bonus free addition to the existing services. Join the membership and get my free DRAM portfolio access. You have to be on stocks coverage plus trading tools membership to have access to my DRAM portfolio also, right? Details are in this link that you will find in the description of this video. Let's get back over here to Kospi. So Kospi is actually struggling at that zone of a turnaround that was around $7,060 and $50 area. Now, and this is where now today you will understand why I always say that trend lines are only a reference, but levels are where institutions place the orders, and that's what define. And that's today is the clear example. Why? Well, we did breach the trend line. We are already out of the trend line, but the thing is still not going up. Why? Because we never got above properly the level. We do have a breaches above that, but we are not holding above it. Orders will be placed by the big institutions at the levels, not on the trend lines. And this is a classic example why you would, and if you are using, oh, trend lines are what I'm going to use to trade, and you are losing money, right? I can tell you that. You don't have to answer that. I can tell you right away because you are not trading correctly. My tools marks all these levels automatically for you guys. And now with my tools, my stocks coverage membership, you also get my DRAM portfolio for free. Get my moves as well. You will learn so much. You will see how the portfolio is managed. Details are in the description of this video. You can't miss this out. It's a one-time opportunity because memory is where the money is, and memory is not going to slow down for coming years. But what I want to emphasize though, we're not going to buy blindly. Look at Kospi, still struggling. So right now, and again, I can't share all the strategies what I'm doing. My members are already seeing my DRAM strategies, how I'm approaching. But in this video, I'm explaining you the price action, okay? I cannot give you inside view for free, okay? So here, we are still, unfortunately, not really gaining above that 7,050. And so, yeah, we are a little bit still struggling there. I'm going to get rid of the reference line. The point is that, guys, Kospi has to go above 7,050. Then you can expect rebound strengths to build up as to level by level. Okay, these type of things also a little bit takes time to stabilize. We will, go rebound, test the level again lower, and then eventually form enough strength. That is what will push us. But having said that, it's not that it's in a big trouble. This zone can still stabilize it as even if it comes down. But again, there's no guarantee of that because we are not really confirming yet the upside break. But that's the whole point, that it's still struggling, but there are opportunities still. It's just the way how you handle the portfolio, how you manage the portfolio. All right, but the point is that you cannot go big position right now though, because Kospi is a little bit, as I said, is struggling there. So that's where I'm going to leave that at. Let's take a look at SK Hynix. SK Hynix, now we'll grab the real-time price from this place, and it's negative 3.65%, 1,849,000, pretty much very close to where it is right now. But just to give you a picture, it may be a little bit down here, 1 minute. Yeah, this almost here, right? So anyhow, so the thing is that we are unfortunately still technically in the decline on this thing. It has given some good rebounds. Now Kospi has failed at a critical structure that may also hamper its move, but it is only like strength fully above 2,040,000. I won't be like disappointed if it comes down to 1 million area, because that's where it's like a snatch. Okay, it's like you just snatch it, put it in your pocket, you definitely pay for it, right? Because then only you will get it. But I'm using a phrase, right? That's a grab, okay, there. But anyhow, so right now it's also struggling. We'll have to see stabilization or the confirmation. Bounces at those zones. Let's take a look at the hourly interval. Bounces at those zones are still selling off. That's all what you need to know. The full confirmation hasn't happened yet. We may still stabilize here, but we are not confirming yet. So Samsung, on the other hand, it's pretty much the same thing. This is your Samsung. Let's refresh. Yeah, negative 3.33% down. So pretty much where it is, not much difference. And so trading view data on Samsung and Korean market SK Hynix is 10 to 15 minutes delayed, and that's why sometimes I do this video a bit later so that price stabilizes during the lunch hour. And so there is not much delta from what I show you on the real time and what is on the trading view for the Korean market. Kospi is real time on trading view. Okay, so having said that, and I'm not gonna buy Korean data just for SK Hynix and Samsung on trading view. Okay, I have real-time data for other stuff, but I'm not gonna do it because just for two stocks that I don't directly trade on Korean market, I don't need real-time data. Everything is here. Okay, there are other places where you can grab that data from, if that is so much of a big deal, right? So anyways, guys, so Samsung remains a little bit in the decline. It did rebounds, but there is a zone that it is rejecting at. So be careful at this zone. And this thing will not really stabilize until we start to hold also above this 270,000 area. I have mentioned this to you previously. It has tested it multiple times, but it's struggling. And as I said, these directions don't change just on a dime, guys. It takes a while, but I don't see it going anywhere. We may cool off to still 215,000 if as we stay below 271,000 area. But it's always good to remove the doubts and let the price come to those prominent zones so that the doubt is gone, and then you can have a tight stop losses. All right, so all right, let's jump on to how did Micron do today, right? Look, Micron is still strong, still above that 950. You can check out my morning video, excuse me, to know more. But is the still the zone it's holding 950 above? But if Kospi starts to decline and we close red, I do want to mention that be a little bit careful. Even though that's the whole point, you have to still risk manage if we lose 950, but if we hold above it, we are still fine. But that's the whole point. We stay above 950 area, we are good. We lose it, we are not good. Okay, so it is above that right now, so we are good. Sandisk, so technically it is above 1600 and 1500 zone. It is on the technically a upside direction, but I do see a resistance acting on it a bit, overhead resistance, precisely at the significant level. It's rejecting at the one above, which, okay, it doesn't mean it's bad now just because it rejected at the level. No, that's why these levels are there for you automatically, because these helps you to understand where the price will react the most ahead of time, right? And that's what helps you to make your trading decisions, so that you know, okay, this is the zone, I gotta prepare my partial profits or something. You can place an order ahead or something, right? These zones helps you to understand the price action, understand how to read the price action. Now, it is, as I have said in the morning as well, until 1500, we are still technically fine. So I don't see big of a trouble right now on this, but we don't want to get very close to 1500. We want to stay closer to 1600 or 1570, nothing more than lower than that. We don't want to go lower than that. Okay, so a little bit of a sell-off pressure up there. I see why. We do have a reference of 20 and 50 days moving average. But it can stabilize, but things can still go a little bit sideways. But again, like, look guys, I'm preparing for all of it, all the scenarios, risk management, how do I make the move, how to plan the positions properly, how much portfolio to risk at what place and what point and how. All that stuff is in my DRAM portfolio, because you will see my real-time alerts in the Telegram channel. You will learn. If you don't want to take the risk, that's okay, but you will get to learn. I'm taking all the risk, right? So anyways, so that's your Sandisk, still fine. SKNX, we just looked at it. Seagate is still strong. Yes, we got to our next zone. It's slowing down a little bit here, which is expected. This was the zone of focus. We got the move. It's not bearish, it is still bullish. And can it do a cool off? Well, significant level below 880, we don't want to lose that. We will stay above it, we will be fine. All right, let's take a look at a bit on Intel. Intel had its earnings. What they said in the earnings doesn't really matter, because we trade the price action. So excuse me, at one point it did go up. As I have told you previously that with this thing below yellow zone could be your stop loss. And yeah, technically that bounce trade is working out, and today's a good push. Now tomorrow is important, because tomorrow also you don't want to see it lose yellow zone, and as if it can still hold yellow zone, it is still good for the upside. That's how simple it is. Nothing complicated. Earnings, don't have to look at it. You don't have to look at it. You're not going to make money by looking at the earnings. You're going to make money by learning the price action. Earnings are just a bunch of fluff there. Well, it does gives you a bit of idea what the company is doing, but like, look at it. Micron earnings were great, right? Up here. And what the price action did, it came so much down, gave so many people heart attack on Reddit, right? So I got tired reading of those posts on Reddit of the traders. They were like, Reddit sentiment goes as, when the price is up here, then they get super bullish. They're becoming bullish. All in, I'm going all in now, all in now. They start going all in. I mean, I'm not going all in. I'm saying they say they are going all in. I don't write anything on Reddit. And then when the price starts to go down, downtrend, negative, they say, oh, Wall Street is manipulating. Oh, it's still a buy. I did the dip. I bought into the dip, and it keeps dipping and dipping and dipping. And then when the price hits the bottom, they get super bearish. I'm selling it all. I'm selling it all, right? They go and sell, because that's how they are looking at it. Reddit is so funny. As I said, I just read over there. I don't write anything there. But it's so funny that I see the sentiment is always one price action behind. You know, they're always coming late to the party. You don't want to be that type of a trader, okay? You want to be ahead of the price action. You need to know what the price action is going to do at what place, and I tell you all of that in my videos. So for that, hit the subscribe and like also, and join my membership, DRAM. All right, so where are we? Yeah, Intel. Let's take a look at AMD. AMD, it's, you know, check out my morning video. It's still lingering around sideways, but it is, I mean, it can go any direction still. I mean, you know, it's 530 below weakness, 530 above, we are fine. It still held that level today, technically, if you look at it. That 530 zone marked by my significant, well, marked by my tools, the significant level, the black solid line right over there. All right, so we'll wrap up with Nvidia now. Nvidia unfortunately still closed in the weakness, so yeah, at least near term weakness, but above 204 technically still in an upside direction, but very slow. Below that, you gotta be careful. That's all I had for you guys in this video, and with that, guys, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care, bye.